They used us.
Hi everyone. So I have not been on social media because I am hospitalized because I'm in my 8th month of pregnancy, and I am very high risk for preeclampsia, so I might have to be here till the end of my pregnancy. But I want to point this out because Aaron Parnas just put news out that the VA might not be, or is going to discriminate based on like political affiliation, marriage status. All I have to say is my month stay at Westchester Medical Center, the VA better pay for that. Y'all better pay for that. That's all I have to say about it.
So Latinos for Trump have finally spoken against him. It took y'all long enough. Actually, y'all should have did that shit before y'all even elected this man. Because I'm saying, yes, y'all helped elect this man. And now what's going on in Los Angeles is y'all fault. It is y'all fault. Y'all divided y'all vote. And you put this man in office. And what is he doing? He's going against people who are innocent. He's rounding up anybody and everybody that looks like your demographic. He don't give a fuck about warrants. Hell, I am so happy to see that y'all are out there. The ones that didn't vote for him are out there fighting against these ICE agents and not allow them to take anybody. Now I'm going to say this. Y'all need to pay attention because they will deploy the National Guard if they get access to that shit. That is ICE agent director's initiative tonight, is to try to get the National Guard on the ground against everybody that is protesting these roundups against ICE agents. So, y'all in my prayers. That's all I can do. Y'all are in my prayers. But Latinos for Trump, y'all asses should be out there. This is y'all fault. This is partly y'all fault that your people are being rounded up like cattle and sent to places that some of them have never seen before. Get y'all asses out there. Don't do a call out on the damn internet or media. Go get on the ground.
Grand rising kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean. Welcome back to my YouTube space. And today I need to talk about something deep, because I've been seeing the politics of America, and it's not the first time that I've seen it. I saw it in 2014 and I have seen it right now, and I see what's happening. Black Americans warned the world about Donald Trump. Black Americans warned Latinos, warned Asian Americans, because history is not just repeating itself. History, it's not just repeating itself. It is echoing with thunder. Right now, the world is waking up to the truth that black people have always seen. Donald Trump is not a joke. He's not a joke. He's a symbol of something darker. He's a symbol of something more dangerous. He represents the system. He represents the white supremacy. And now everyone is feeling the pain that black Americans tried to prevent. Before I go deep down in that video, I want you to play some clips of, and then I'll come back with more commentary. Let's watch this one.
I can't handle this, y'all. This is crazy, yo. I didn't think this was about to affect me like this. But our neighbor's school, y'all know I work at a school. Fuck. Our neighbor in school, I think it's Gratas, I don't know how to say it. It's Gratas or something like that. They were having their graduation, and there's helicopters in the sky. Most of these schools are most of these schools are predominantly Hispanic. Gratas, I believe elementary, was having their graduation, and all of a sudden a bunch of parents have to run out because ISIS is there. This is the story that I'm hearing. And, our school goes on lockdown. Our principal, tells us it's a drill, but we know it's not a drill. And, I had to come outside. It's my break. We kind of got off of a soft lockdown. And parents had to run out because they don't have papers, and they had to leave their kids because the kids do. What type of shit is this, yo? And then kids are freaking grabbing teachers and crying on their leg because they don't know if they're about to see their parents when they get home. What the fuck is this? And we voted for this shit? 15 people just got picked up on Wilshire at the Home Depot. On Wilshire. Yo. Man, oh my God. This is not right. This is not right, yo.
Cuban American woman from Miami here. Actually, I'm from Hialeah. That's real deep. If you know, you know. I'm from Hialeah. I'm originally a Hialeah girl. I am from South Florida. I grew up in a Cuban community. My mom's Cuban. I'm ashamed, and I just want to tell the world I'm sorry. Not all of us Cubans are like that. Some of us do have empathy. Some of us do feel solidarity with the rest of the Latino community that's going through it. Some of us knew this was what was going to happen and tried to warn our friends and family. I have to explain to you why it's so different in South Florida. The Cubans there live in this bubble where they're the majority, and they think that they're white, and they live in a certain bubble of privilege where they don't see discrimination directed towards them because they're the majority. But I promise you, to those Cubans that haven't really left South Florida, just drive a couple hours north and you're going to realize you're not white. You're not white. You're never going to be white enough for them. So I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of your votes. I'm ashamed of those stupid fucking videos I see you posting. You're embarrassing yourselves because, I see those three Doritos later videos, and I can't help but fucking laugh. Sometimes I feel bad. I feel bad because the person getting deported didn't vote for shit. But I have family members that are getting deported, and I have family members that voted for this fucking shit. And I'm never going to share a table with them because now you want to feel sorry and now you want to feel bad. Now you see the consequences of your action where our own fucking family's getting deported. It's too little too late. Too little too late. I see some of you crying on these videos saying how you regret your vote. I wish you had thought about it before. But these are the consequences. This is what happens when you don't give a fuck about your other fellow humans. Karma's going to get right back at you. So again, this is an apology video to the rest of the Latino community. Please know, not all of us Cubans from Miami are like that. I'm not. Thanks, and I hope you all have as good a weekend. As good a week as you can have. Weekend. I wish it was the weekend. It's in the beginning of the week. But anyway, I wish you all a good week. And know that not all of us are like that. Not all of us are pieces of shit.
Donald Trump and Republicans love veterans, right? That's what I've always been told, that they love veterans. They seem to imply that Democrats don't, but the Republicans definitely love veterans. Unless those veterans are Democrats or unmarried. According to this new piece from The Guardian, extremely disturbing and unethical new rules allow VA doctors to refuse to treat Democrats and unmarried veterans. Doctors at VA hospitals nationwide could refuse to treat unmarried veterans and Democrats under new hospital guidelines imposed following an executive order by Donald Trump. The new rules obtained by The Guardian also apply to psychologists, dentists, and a host of other occupations. They have already gone into effect in at least some VA medical centers. So it works like this. Medical staff are still required to treat veterans despite their race, color, religion, and sex, and all veterans remain entitled to treatment. However, individual workers are now free to decline care for patients based on personal characteristics not explicitly prohibited by federal law. So what does that mean? It means language requiring healthcare professionals to care for veterans regardless of their politics and marital status has been explicitly eliminated. Also, doctors and other medical staff can be barred from working at VA hospitals based on their marital status, on their political party affiliation, or even union activity. And we're talking about chiropractors, certified nurse practitioners, optometrists, podiatrists, licensed clinical social workers, and speech therapists can just lose their job because they're a registered Democrat, or because they're just not married. When you claim to care about veterans, to care about the fact that these people, regardless of their political party affiliation, served their country, many of them got injured doing so, and now you want to deny them care because of who they might vote for, when you say that, it's a real big don't listen to what I say and watch what I do kind of situation.
As of this morning, doctors at the VA medical system can now deny care to veterans if they are Democrats, gay, or unmarried. In an executive order that one can only describe as demonic, President Trump changed the VA bylaws that previously barred discrimination based on certain protected classes. These bylaws apply to a slew of medical professionals, including nurses, doctors, psychologists, dentists, and others. Now, they still cannot discriminate against you based on race, religion, age, or sex, but due to the change in these bylaws, they now technically could discriminate against you based on sexuality, gender identity, political affiliation, and marital status. Oh, and nationality, national origin, meaning if you are an immigrant. These discriminatory changes also apply to the application process to work at the VA. So the VA, under this executive order, can now discriminate against hiring folks depending on their sexuality, marital status, political affiliation, and nationality. Now, it feels beneath me to have to explain just how dangerous this is, but I do want to explain one thing. Allowing practitioners of any kind to deny care based on their personal opinions opens the door to a landslide of other problems. Imagine going and trying to seek care after a sexual assault and your doctor refuses to treat you because they don't believe you, or refusing care to people based on their addiction status, based on if they come in positive for certain substances, based on any other personal opinion that that practitioner might have. And this next part goes out to all of my peers in the medical field. If an announcement like this does not physically disgust you, you should quit your fucking job. You don't belong in medicine. No part of you should ever deny care or want to deny care to someone based on an opinion, based on any aspect of their identity. And if it does, go get a motherfucking desk job and get the fuck away from patients.
I watched one of Dean Wither's lives to see what Trump supporters are saying, right? Like the prompt is, Trump is bad for America, prove me wrong, or something like that. And there are like veterans getting on there being like, I'm a veteran, I'm a patriot, I support Trump. And then Dean is like, so what do you think about Trump saying in an ABC interview that he is not sure if he's going to uphold the Constitution or if he has to uphold the Constitution? And they're like, oh, well, cite your source. And he's like, I gave you a source. And they're like, well, I'm going to have to look into it. He's like, well, what do you think, you know, if it is true, if you find out that it's true, let's just say. They're like, well, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? He was like, did you say you signed an oath to defend the Constitution? Yes. Okay, so then why do you not take issue with someone who is proclaiming themselves to be king and saying they don't believe people should have due process and taking away rights? You, as a veteran, said, yes, I am willing to die because I believe in the Constitution, I believe in the rights that are in it, da-da-da-da-da. And then you are electing and supporting a president who's saying, fuck you, fuck what you believe in, this is about me, and you're going along with it. That's sad to your soul, that you're voting, you're supporting an anti-constitutionalist. I just wish you would, like, do research. If you're so confident, don't you want to sound more intelligent in discussions about it? And then for the response to be, when called out on this, some of these people are like, well, it doesn't affect me. Look, the economy doesn't affect me. You have to be so blind to think that the economy doesn't affect your everyday life. Are you kidding? From the gas you fill up your car with, to the food prices on the shelves, to the clothes you get at the store. It affects you. And if you want to turn a blind eye and say none of it affects me, guess whose detriment that is to? I couldn't get that out. Yours. You don't do the research. You want to act like you can't be a part of a solution because you don't want to acknowledge a problem. You're the one that's gonna pay. It's just a matter of time, baby. Make any sense so that I can understand. Because I watch those because I want to understand what's in your brain as a supporter.
Now, I'll say this. When I start from the beginning, because 2014 I was there, 2015 I was there. Though I was not so much deep into history, but at least I know something about that. Trump walk into politics. He went on the stage with a red hat, this laughter. And he didn't just bring politics. He brought division. He brought racism. He brought arrogance. But see, black people, especially black Americans, they didn't fall for the game. They saw through the image. You know, black people are always sent by God. They are God's people. And when God of black people say no to you, then it's a no. Black people saw through the businessman branding and they recognized the language. And because it wasn't new to black Americans, it was the same system, same playbook, just new salesman. You get that? When Trump talked about making America great again, black people were the first to ask, when exactly was America great? When was it great for black people? Was it during slavery? Was it during Jim Crow? Was it through during redlining? Was it during a police brutality? When was America great? And black Americans challenged the lie before it became a movement because they knew what Trump meant and they knew what was coming. But the media, they laughed. They said Trump was entertaining. They gave him all airtime like he was a celebrity, not a threat. But black people or black voices was ignored. Black voices was mocked. Black voices was silenced again and again. Right now, even white people are crying. I always tell working class white people or poor white people that we are all the same. You are the minorities of the white people. You need to know that. It wasn't just about America. Let me try to link this globally. In UK, Canada, Australia, Europe, all watching Trump rise. Some even cheering him on. And why they are doing so is because many didn't just see Trump as a danger to them. They saw him as a strong man. They saw him as a nationalist. They saw him as a patriot. What they failed to realize is that Trump wasn't about nationalism. It was about white supremacists. And I've told you this when I started. Trump is representing white supremacists, coming in design, coming in flags and slogans, making America great again. And when black people globally began warning about his language, about how he embodies or how he embraces racism, talks about racism, dictators, the right wing, extremists worldwide. You understand all this? Again, black people are dismissed. But now they are seeing it too. White farmers in America who voted for Trump, they are now losing their subsidies and land. Immigrants, Latinos to be precise, who supported Donald Trump are now crying over ICE raids and betrayals. Europeans who admitted Trump toughness now are facing far-right politics growing in their own countries. And I'll say this. Black people warned the world about Donald Trump. Black people saw through the image, as we always do as black people, or black Americans, or FBS. They always see through the image. They know the struggle. They know how the book is, because black people are the first people in the face of the earth. Black folks, let's pay attention here a little bit. Let's pay attention, not because we want to, but because our survival depends on this. Survival of black people depends on this. You don't just listen to words. Black people watch actions. And we hear what's behind the language. We see the shift in power and who it affects the most. Trump did not invest racism, or Trump did not invent racism, but he amplified it. He made it bigger. He made it look simple. He just exposed the racism in the white America. He normalized it. He gave white supremacists a microphone. He made hate proud again. He pulled the mask of America. And many people were surprised because they did not know this was coming. Or even those who knew this was coming, they ignored it because black people were on the front line saying they are not supporting Trump. So they will not be on the same side with who? With black people. And that's why Latinos are having a rough time because they wanted to be close to white supremacists. They wanted to be close to power. And this is the results of being close to power and leaving the people who are trying to fight for you. When the people dismissed black people narrative, black people were not shocked. Why? Because black people, black Americans have lived this script for so long. Yes, they have lived this script. It's just changing of actors and actresses, but black people have lived the script. Trump praised police while black people buried their brothers. We buried our brothers. He mocked protesters while we marched for justice. And while others say that he can't be that bad, I remember black people saying, or black Americans saying, just wait. I saw videos when Trump got into power on November 11th or is it 4th. Black people went online and said, you know what? Just wait what's going to happen. Because they know they have lived in this. It's like, you know the next move of your younger brother. Okay. It's like you know the next move of what your mother can do to you when you're, you know. That's what black Americans or black people knows about everything that's happening in the world. And everyone right now is talking about betrayal. Trump betrayed us and everything, you know. Some people are regretting. Latino Americans who cheered Trump for his law and order policies and they dance. I will vote for Donald Trump. And the dance, right now it's viral because the same person who sang this song, I will vote for Donald Trump, she is going through the same problem others are going through. Latinos are now seeing their families ripped apart by ICE, children in cages, deportation at record levels, tears, fears, and silence. Some Asians voted for Trump thinking that his business mind will protect them or will protect their wealth. Now they're facing a spike in hate crimes, being blamed for pandemics like it happened in 2020. And they are now starting to see how white supremacists doesn't have friends, just tools. Once they're done with you, they're done with you. If you don't give them something, you don't get something. They will tell you, like Africans, I always warn my African brothers, they will tell you that when you come here, be close to the power, just keep your head down, work hard, do this, blah, 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 read hard, and you will get what you want. And Africans go there, they do what they are being told. And they see black Americans and hate them. But once you are done with the white supremacists, they are done with you. White suburbs or white rural communities, they thought that Trump would bring back jobs to the people because Trump said, I'll bring back American jobs to Americans. But he gave them tax cuts, you know, for billionaires. He left them with a crumbling infrastructure and empty promises. They are crying right now. Yes, they are crying right now. Some white women, they voted Trump in numbers in 2016, and I think some of them, they did again. But they are crying. You know, when some rights were destroyed, it was tough. It is tough. So everybody is feeling the heat. Everyone is feeling the heat. But black people warned them about this fire. So if you are feeling the heat, you just feel the heat. At the end of the day, we tried to warn you. At the end of the day, we told you. At the end of the day, we as black people, we are okay with this movie because we have lived these horror movies time to time. We have seen horror movies in Mexican way. We have seen it. And black folks does not give a damn about anything. And that's why they are saying silence is the best medicine right now. One of the biggest failures during Trump's rise was the media back then. Mainstream media. Mainstream outlet made him a spectacle. They profited from the controversy but ignored the consequences that will come. Right now, they are ignoring the consequences that is coming or is there. And as always, black voices are being dismissed every day. Black voices are being sidelined. And you see black journalists and commentators, activists, those who raise the alarm early, they were told to calm down. Baby, calm down. Calm down. They were labeled as angry, as they do. divisive or overreacting. They always say black people are overreacting, but it's not about overreacting. As a mother, when you see your kid going astray, you need to talk, you need to speak up. But they will say the mother is overreacting. But what black people were saying was simple. Watch the rhetoric, watch the courts, watch the laws, watch the police, watch the attacks, and the truth about education, everything. Right now, education, everything. Trump is just signing bills without knowing the consequences of his people or other people. And black people say this man is not just politician, he's a megaphone for hate. And now the same media that laughed is calling him a threat to democracy. It is too late. Too little, too late. But despite that, black people kept speaking on TikTok, on YouTube, on the streets, in the churches. I've seen black pastors speaking about Donald Trump in churches, in kitchens, barbershops, hotels. Black people keep on speaking. Black voices never stop telling the truth. And that truth is echoing right now, louder than ever. Oh yes, it is. Now, black folks are making TikToks like, we told you. You didn't listen. We told you. You didn't listen. I think we could avoid this. We told you. We told you. And I see other groups are coming and asking black people for help. Where do we go from here? You are the engine. Black people, you are the engine. Black Americans, without you, we can't do this. Without black Americans, blah, blah, blah. First, understand that black people don't want the world for applause. Number one, black people want the people or do it out of love, out of truth, and out of surviving. Black people knows the tactics of surviving. Let me tell you the truth. They know the tactics of survival. And this moment in history should not just be regretful, saying we should have been listened. No. It should be a turning point to each and every minority group, a turning point to each and every person. The world needs to stop ignoring black people. I swear. Because one day, black people will tell you the world is ending and you ignore. The world should stop ignoring black insights, because what black people see early, it's what they have lived through in daily life. They know what they are talking about. It's often a preview of what's to come for everybody else. It's not that black people are prophets, Black people are just witnesses of their own voices. We are witnesses of our own voices, So our voices of black people should be centered, should not be sidelined. Whether it's Trump or any other wolf in a suit, black people will keep calling it out. But this time, the world needs to listen. Yes, the world needs to listen the voice of black people, because it's not just about Trump anymore. It's about everything he represents, a system that feeds on division, a system that sacrifices the many of the wealth of a few. They sacrifice the many for few people, for few wealthy people, the rich white people. And we always say this. And black people, I'll say this. I've seen them talking on social media. They are saying that we are tired of being right. We are tired of fighting for people. We are tired. We need to relax. We need to build on ourselves. We need to build us. We need to love ourselves. That's what black people are saying. And when black people go silent, just know things are going to happen badly. Black people have always been the consciousness of this world. Like when the world loses its ways, black folks bring it back. When justice is on life support, they call on black people. And a lot of things black people have said to the world, like they told the world about truth about slavery, truth about colonization, truth about police brutality, truth about capitalism. And yes, they told you about Donald Trump. And still black people will still rise. They still speak. Even if they are saying they are going silent, but they still speak. They still love and they still build. Even while others look the other way, black folks are still standing in the gap, warning, fighting, and protecting. So, I want to say this. This video is just a reminder that black people have the receipts. This video is a reminder that black people gave the warnings, and black people deserve to be heard, not just when it's too late, but before the storm hits again, hard and harder again. Let this moment be a shift. I don't know if you'll hear my message, because I'm just an African trying to say something, you know. Let this regret be a lesson to everyone. Let this pain be a pivot towards real truth, towards real unity, because we don't keep saying we told you so. We want to start saying you listened. Okay? Thank you, kings and queens, for turning in or for tuning in. And I am the Kenyan Beast. Of course, we are doing it the African way, every day, every time. You can check my African attire. If you need some like this, you just holler me. Just talk to me. My email is down there. I get you some. Okay? Until next time, keep rising, keep building, and keep walking in your power, peace, love, and pan-African truth. Until next episode, peace out.